Hello, it's late at night or early in the morning or whatever. I'm going to say it's really 1033 here. And I don't even care for the filing or whatever, because here's Canada. If I misfile, that's good for somebody to work hard or not. As lazy and shiftless as they are, they wouldn't work for it anyway. And that's funny because it's all crap. Pretty much. Down to one phone, and here's a fact. When we're young, we learn language. We can sit with a cell phone and we can swirl around a cell phone and we can learn language any way we choose. And we can scroll around and do that. And then when we're in school, we learn in charts and graphs, I am, and then right underneath on the left, you singular are, and then on the left, he, she, it is. And then with our eyes, we go all the way up to the right, above, and with our hand, and then we learn when we write, or we learn we are, and then you plural are, and then they are, and it's got to change or not. And then we learn this in Latin as well. I did in 7th and 8th grade. Sum es, sumus estis sunt. Okay, but we see that there's blue light, or they have proved that they would save energy and that the lights on the street would be blue light, but people would be depressed, daylight savings time, or whatever. Now, I can go over this again and again and again. The screen just turns off. The music just turns off. The phone rings 3 times. I can't get out of bed to answer the phone. Okay, this means that the call is connected to voicemail, or I wait to see if I can recontact the person when I get to the phone. And that is part of the crap that is now. And it is crap. It may be state-of-the-art crap. Okay? Okay. We learn language in our style in the West, in the Western Hemisphere. The language that we learn is English, right? Well, there are other languages other than English, but I learned English. Okay? I do speak in English words, and I would say I know English. When we talk in Latin, we talk in Latin. Okay, but anyway, English is I am, and then there is, that is present tense, and then I will be, that's kind of future, and I was, that's past tense, okay, but, pero, but basically, you're going to get really messed up in school, kids, and you know, there was a fact, attention deficit syndrome, whatever, defiance disorder is done. I did the work myself. The fact is that from 1960, period. Okay, we can have that back too. We can just live the dream. Of course we can. This is, Canada has, you know, the fact is there's diabetes 1, 2, and 3, and Canada is investing in MRSA. Anyway, I'm not going to get to the screensaver, that I'm not going to get there. I'm not going to help you. Okay, when we say that blue light, or we don't look at our computers before we sleep, that's a pretty good idea for most people, indeed. It's a good idea for most people. Most all people. Well, that's the end of that. Anyway, back to attention deficit. From 1968 through to 1989, women drank a lot. There was the time when I drank so much that I laid down on the grass, and I grabbed the grass as I was laying on the ground, so that I wouldn't fall off the earth. That's a lot. I wouldn't fly off the earth. That's a lot of drinking. And in college, a lot of drinking was that we had a keg of beer, at least one, and to finish the keg of beer in the morning was very important, not to waste. When we threw up, we continued to drink. We threw up, we purged, our stomachs were empty. We weren't going to gain more weight or all of that as well, but then we would drink more. We would. Not just me, but certainly I can say I did, and I'm not a liar. Okay, I did drink a lot. Then, of course, I was 21 to 24, went to AA and drank much less when they said, please don't come to the closed AA meetings, but they said don't come to the AA meetings anymore. You're a member of Al-Anon, giving me permission to drink in my head. They didn't say go out and drink, you party animal you. They said we hit our wives and raped them, and, that we were drinking a lot, and we kicked the dog, and we did, the things they didn't say or did say in the meeting. And I said, I drank so much that I drove home drunk, but I don't remember. And so I came to AA. And I went out in the car. I went out immediately in the morning, and I looked at the car, and I had not hit anything. The car was not damaged. And the keys were in the door, and I don't know what happened. And they said, get out of here. This is very similar to an NA meeting where you listen with respect, but some little kid is like, I saw a line of cocaine. And when I think of the facts that I'm glad you are in an NA or AA meeting, but, there are people who sold drugs or had candy for 6-year-olds or at playgrounds and then, came to their senses or didn't do that or, and the fact is that many people died and lives were ruined, but if you saw a line of cocaine, great, good for you, to tell the truth or whatever, like that, seriously. But that's beside the point. What is the point is that attention deficit, if you can count from 98, just add 35 years from 1998. That would be like 2024 or 2025 or somewhere around there, when the children are not born having had that much to drink. Now, believe me, it doesn't really matter to a lot of people to not do harm to people that they really don't want children. A lot of people just don't want children. And that's the way it is, I guess. Anyhow, if you're really deluding yourself into believing that you should have children no matter what, then of course you should not be deluded and you should have children no matter what, period. But you should tell the truth about alcohol consumption or drugs done or whatever, and some people will not, buck you over, and some people will, so it's a dangerous world out there. But you might know that anyway. Anyway, as far as the screen goes, the screen turns off automatically. The sound, when I turn the sound off, it goes off automatically. I usually lower it to 1/4, full blast to 1/4, then up to 3/4 to 1/2. That is what I like, but this is state-of-the-art crap and very difficult to do for me on this state-of-the-art crap. The video should close. A screensaver would help or not, but close your eyes and listen to the sound around you. When the screensaver closes, close your eyes and listen to what's around you. Maybe the loud typer or something, yes, people will be there to screw you over. Because that's the way it is. Then you have your senses of hearing. Me personally, I listen to a lot of music while I Google or while I study, which is, what people consider multitasking or whatever. After closing your eyes and hearing sound, you are going to stand up and walk away from the computer, which is resting, and you are to exit and go outside and look up. You can also stand and stretch, and this works as well. Of course it does, sort of, but not really. If you had a screensaver, maybe. Anyhow, you're going to look up at the moon. Some people know where the moon is, some people do not. You're going to look up at the sky. The moon waxes and wans, or grows larger and grows smaller, waxes, grows larger. The moon wans, grows smaller, there's a new moon, and the moon isn't there. La luna brilla day and night. This is true, the moon shines during the day. La luna brilla, day and night. Anyhow, that you will look up when you go outside, and then you will really be hearing the sound that is around you, and your vision will heal, and then you will go back and you will work again. You can do stretching exercises or gym or just release tension in your neck. But your neck should have release of tension anyway. What you are talking about is your vision or your eyesight or your brain. Now we look at words, we say, I am, you are, he is, he, she, it is, we are, you are, they are. And we have charts and graphs, and there's future tense and past tense and all of that. But tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock. The end. Anyway, a screensaver, which does something similar to that, okay, again, as slow is. Well, there's no need for a screensaver. The screensaver will take up too much energy. Okay, the apps that are free take up a lot of battery power, and the apps that cost money do not. And I don't have the money that I have spent on cigarettes to not listen to the commercials, so I smoke less or not, and then my money is spent on not listening to commercials. Because somebody wants me to change my behavior and change the money in my bank account for him or herself, to glorify him or herself with whatever personal problems he or she may have. That's how it works for me. That is all it is for me at all. That's just the way it is. 1357. Okay, anyway. Yeah, have a nice day.